Hey Waffle Gang, I do hope you're well. My name is Mark and today we're checking out some more relationship stories, and if you do love a Reddit story, why not consider hitting that like, subscribe, maybe that notification bell too. Let's crack on with today's first story. Much love guys. Now today's first story comes from a throwaway account. It's titled, My sister, female 31, says I, female 25, can't be in her wedding if I bring my boyfriend, male 26 of 5 years. I met my boyfriend in college 7 years ago. We started dating 5 years ago. He's super close and loving with my family. He was there at my niece's births, baptisms, Christmas, vacations, etc. We are extremely committed to each other for the long run, but don't want to get married until we are financially stable and both our careers are where we want them to be. My sister has been with her fiance for 2 years and engaged for 6 months. My sister is the type of girl who has dreamed of getting married since she was a little girl. It didn't matter who proposed, she just wanted to be married. I've never cared if I got married or not, as long as I had a good career and a happy relationship, I'm fine. In the beginning of her relationship, she tricked me into going on a double date with her fiance and his brother. She said it was dinner with her and her friend, and it was most definitely not. The brother kept making passes at me the whole time, and I told him I had a boyfriend, and the whole situation made me uncomfortable. At their engagement party, my boyfriend noticed that the brother wouldn't stop staring at me, and we tried our best to avoid him. Every time I have seen this guy, he has been weird towards me. My sister wanted me, my twin, fraternal, and 2 brothers in her wedding. The wedding is supposed to be next month in the beginning of May. My sister just told me that I'm going to be walking down the aisle with her fiance's brother. I told her he makes me uncomfortable, and I thought I'd be walking with my own brother. Apparently this is something her fiance is insisting, and she wants to make him happy. Seems like a pretty weird thing to insist, and I know it's some scheme between the 2 brothers. My other siblings also thought it was weird and voiced their objections to our sister. She got upset and said this is her wedding and she'll do what she wants. I told my boyfriend this and he was upset for me. He's confident enough in himself that he knows this guy would never be competition, but he knows how uncomfortable I am with this situation. The other day, we had family dinner at my mum's house. I took this opportunity to bring up the aisle situation with my mother around. My sister got extremely upset and started crying, saying I was trying to ruin her marriage. I was confused, as was everyone else, and tried to explain that he makes me and my boyfriend extremely uncomfortable. She then said that I can't bring my boyfriend to a wedding anymore, and if I do, then I'm no longer a bridesmaid. She gave no reason as to why I can't bring him, and my siblings were just as upset, considering they liked my boyfriend a lot better than my sister's fiance. I thought I would give her a few days to calm down and rethink, but she has not changed her mind. My 19-year-old brother's girlfriend is still invited to the wedding. My boyfriend is an incredible guy and has been nothing but kind and generous to my sister. His feelings are hurt, but he still wants me to go to the wedding. I think my sister is being an unreasonable asshole, and I will be pretty pissed off at the wedding if my life partner is not there with me. Being her bridesmaid is something I can live without. So should I bring my boyfriend or go without him? Or should I demand that my boyfriend be allowed to come to her wedding and that she's being super unfair? I love my sister, but I don't understand why she's forcing some silly request by her creepy brother-in-law. I don't know what to do, and my family is no help either. Now, is this some sort of like weird kind of fantasy plan of, both the sisters dating 2 brothers and it's all happy, all this kind of thing? Because that sounds like really immature if that is the case. But at the moment, I can't really see what else it could be. It's really weird, especially to insist on it, to invite your boyfriend to it as well. Very, very strange behavior. And I think if I was put in your position, I would be saying, okay, then I just won't come to the wedding. It's as simple as that. But Ziria says she's upset because it seems she basically offered you up to brother-in-law's creepy brother on a platter with the delusional idea of, oh, won't it be cute you and my sister hooked up at my wedding? Despite you already having your boyfriend and you ruining her vision and being a bridezilla about it. Call her bluff and accept stepping down from being in the marital party, regardless, but reiterate sternly that you in no way, shape or form playing along with their stupid matchmaking idea and they need to stop. You're her sister, not some breeding mare to be promised at her or a brother-in-law's whim. Their behavior is disgusting. I'm a God Pony says, okay, I guess you're down a bridesmaid then. I'm not walking with your fiance's brother, and I'm not going to your wedding without my boyfriend. Good luck. Hope your day is great. Haunting Table says, so it's pretty obvious the brother likes you and her fiance is enabling it, and she in turn is enabling him. That isn't really someone who is worth preserving a relationship with, who disrespects both your relationship and your autonomy. So at this point, I would ignore your sister and talk to your parents, because the only relationship that is worth preserving is with the rest of the family. What are they willing to support you with? If you call her bluff and go with your partner without being a bridesmaid, are they okay with that? I'm not suggesting, incidentally, that if they aren't, you go along with this. It's more to judge if you are going to go full scorched earth. If the rest of your family supports you, call the bluff, go to the wedding and rethink whether you're going to invite her to any events you host. If they won't, don't bother with a wedding. I'm a particular sort of spiteful petty, but I would send a text or email that CCS in the rest of the family, telling your sister you aren't interested in her future brother-in-law, that you wouldn't be interested even if you were single, that she is being weird and creepy by tricking you into a double date where they all completely ignored your comfort and boundaries, that you aren't about to bother attending her wedding given that she has uninvited your partner of 7 years and is once again trying to force you together with creepazoid brother-in-law. So you're not attending the wedding at all because you aren't up for supporting her, or she tries to use you to buy her way into her in-laws' good graces, and you hope her relationship gets healthier in future because right now they're all behaving toxic as fuck. Then book yourself a vacation for those dates, block any further comms from them, and let her deal with the family reaction of, what the fuck do you mean you tricked her into a date with another man? As part of my thinking as well, being, when you was at your mum's house and you took the opportunity to bring up the Isle situation, and your sister got upset and was crying about you ruining her marriage, and of course everyone's going to be confused. I would love to know what they was actually thinking in that moment, that she's trying to get you with someone when you've got a boyfriend of 7 years already. How fucking strange is that? OP posts an update and they said, I posted a few days ago about my sister, female 31, saying I, female 25, can't be in a wedding if I bring my boyfriend, male 26 of 5 years. That post has since been removed, but I will quickly summarize the situation because it has escalated. My sister's fiance's brother has made several sexual advances at me in the past and my sister has encouraged it. She tricked me into a double date. My relationship with my boyfriend is very serious and we will get married sometime in the future. My brother has always made me uncomfortable and I try to stay as far away from him as I can. My sister then decided I was going to walk down the aisle with him, instead of with my brother. Well, that was the original plan. There's 4 of us siblings, 2 guys, 2 girls. I told her at family dinner I didn't want to do that. Some arguing was involved, she was crying, then she said I can't bring my boyfriend to the wedding and if I do, I'm no longer a bridesmaid. Most of the comments said I shouldn't go to the wedding at all, but she is my sister and I don't want to miss her wedding. I went to my parents' house with my brothers and told them about everything the brother-in-law has done that makes me super uncomfortable and how my sister is disrespecting my relationship. My dad was pretty pissed off about the date stunt that she pulled and is on my side. My mum, however, says I need to try to resolve this with her because if I'm not a part of the wedding party, people will talk. I honestly couldn't give a shit about what extended family has to say. My mum called a family meeting and told my sister and my twin to come to the house. My dad asked her why I was no longer walking with my brother, to which she responded saying that it's what her fiancé wants and she just wants to make him happy. I pressed the issue asking why it's such a big deal for me to walk with him and that he's super weird and I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to assault me. That really pissed her off. She started crying and yelling, saying a bunch of BS, how this is all she's ever wanted and we're trying to ruin her special day, blah blah blah. I was tired of the arguing and just straight up said, I'll go to the wedding as a guest, then I'm leaving before the reception. My twin and younger brother took my side and said they don't want to be in the wedding party if I'm not. This made my sister lose her fucking mind. She was screaming now, calling me a bunch of names I can't say on this sub, and also calling my boyfriend names. I decided to leave and let my parents calm her down, but before I could walk out, she ran at me and yanked my hair, still screaming. She wouldn't let go, so I yanked hers too and she let go. She has extensions and apparently I fucked them up and ripped some hair out. She tried to grab me again, so I punched her in the face. I didn't mean to hit her, it was just my instant reaction to someone coming at me. So now she has a black eye, a cut on her cheek and some missing hair. She's absolutely livid because her bachelorette party is next week. My mum is mad at me, my dad is not. My sister is now saying that she's going to press charges against me. Can she actually do that, or is she just trying to scare me? She's also pissed off because my other siblings won't be in the wedding. She told my mum if I apologize to her and agree to be in the wedding, she'll let me walk with my brother. I feel like that is BS, and she will still make me walk with the brother-in-law last minute. At this point, I feel like it's not worth the trouble, and I just don't want to go at all. My mum and dad want me to do what she asked because they're paying for the wedding and want all their kids there. My twin and younger brother said they'd do whatever I want to do, but I don't think I should be the reason they don't go. My boyfriend feels like he started all this drama when none of it is his fault. My sister believes I ruined her wedding. She ruined it herself, and I don't know what to do. The options are go to the wedding as a guest, be in the wedding, or not go at all. My parents will be upset if I don't go, and I really don't want any more tension, but she disrespected me and my relationship. As soon as this wedding is over, I'm going to limit contact with her for a while. Most people on the comments on this section saying that they just would not attend that wedding anyway. She attacked you first on it, and you can just be claiming self-defense because literally she attacked you first. She's already showing this unhinged behavior, so like OP says, I would expect her, if OP did say that they was going to the wedding, they would be a bridesmaid if they could go with a brother down the aisle. I would expect her to change it last minute for brother-in-law because it just seems like that wild behavior again. But OP comes in with a final update and says, the first part of this is written before the wedding, and the second part will be after the wedding. First off, I want to say I didn't know this post had blown up like it did until a few days ago. When I first posted it, it only had about 30 comments, and I've seen thousands and received lots of messages. I've also received some messages and read some comments about how I'm not responding to people or answering questions. I don't think I'm required to answer anyone. I've heard tons of crazy theories, and lots of people are saying they hope my sister attacks me again, or I should get her arrested or scream rape at her wedding. While these are all interesting, this is unfortunately my real life and not a movie. We'll try and clear up any questions in the post. Some people asked if race is an issue, and it's not. My family is French and I'm Puerto Rican. My boyfriend is Italian and my sister's fiance is just white. I don't know what his ethnicity is. There was also some confusion about my siblings. I am one of 5 kids. My twin is a girl. I guess that got misunderstood when I said 2 girls, 2 guys. I meant that besides my sister getting married, there was 4 of us walking down the aisle. I kept saying twin instead of sister so she wouldn't get confused with the one getting married. My sister is second oldest, and I don't think money is an issue either. My family's not rich, just middle class. The reason her wedding is getting paid for and not mine is because she didn't go to college and I did. They paid for majority of my tuition, and I don't want a big fancy wedding either. Some people also asked why they didn't revoke their money from her for this behavior, but the wedding has already been paid for a while, so there's no getting their money back. My sister did have a black eye still at her bachelorette party and changed the venue to a darker place, and she wore lots of makeup. My twin brothers and me and boyfriend went to the club that night instead and had a fabulous time and got trashed. I heard from her friend that she was telling everyone she got hit with a car door and not my fist. My sister has always been a bit unhinged. When she was in high school, her and my twin used to fight all the time. Every breakup my sister has ever had has broken down and shut down completely and felt her life is over. I've seen this since she was 12. I used to get in lots of arguments with my parents over them excusing her behavior, which ultimately made me decide to go to college across the country. During college, I rarely talked to her. When I came back home, she had matured and our relationship has been good for a while. She still occasionally has huge meltdowns over small things, like this wedding. I sent my future brother-in-law a text asking why him and his brother are so obsessed with me, to which he didn't respond to. Me and my dad went down to his place and he said my sister was the one who kept telling him that I was interested and would leave my boyfriend. So I don't even know which one of them came up with this plan. My dad got mad and told him to leave me and my boyfriend the fuck alone. So I've told my sister to go to therapy for years and she's refused. I tried to have my mum see if she can get her to go to family therapy with me, and she's also refused but said she would talk with me and my mum. When her and her fiance first started dating, she brought him to a work New Year's party, and he brought his brother and I also attended. This was her first boyfriend that had shown any interest in getting married one day. I guess the brother had said he found me very attractive, and my sister instantly jumped the gun on that. She told him that I was not in a serious relationship. I'd been with my boyfriend for 3 years. And he had a strong chance with me, and he's just my type. Wrong. So he's under the impression that my boyfriend is just a placeholder, which is extremely not the case. He's just as delusional as my sister. This made no sense to me why she did this, because my twin is single. We are fraternal, so we don't look the same, and we're different heights with very different personalities, but she's still a very pretty girl, and single. My sister has expressed some jealousy of my relationship over the years, so that could be a factor in her trying to break us up. She's always made comments about how she'll never have what I have with my boyfriend. About a month ago, right before her ultimatum, she found out she's pregnant. I didn't know. She thinks if she doesn't make this brother thing happen, then her fiancé will leave her, and being a single mom is more frightening for her than her family hating her. It's still early enough that she does have other options, but she's committed to this for some reason. This was an intense conversation, and also talked about other things, so this was all I could get out of her before my patience ran out. I did kind of snap on her and said some things along the lines of, "Sorry you're so pathetic that you date any guy who looks at you and you still can't find a good relationship and I can. You'll be divorced before labor." Yes, it was a little mean, but I was very heated in the moment and wanted to say something worse. My boyfriend is very adamant about us going to the wedding despite all the bullshit my sister is putting him through. My boyfriend doesn't have close relationships with his siblings and has always loved being a part of this family. He wants me to maintain a relationship with mine so I don't regret it later. He's still hurt though that my sister has been going through these great lengths to get him out of the picture. I've tried to reassure him the best I can that everyone still loves him and I always will. We're going for the ceremony as guests and then leaving as soon as they say I do. My two brothers and twin sister are walking together as a trio. We took wedding pictures together at a park so our parents could have something of all of us, and we looked good. I haven't decided yet if they're staying for the whole wedding, but they're gonna feel it out. My older brother is staying the whole time so he can watch the brother and have some words with him. A lot of people said to have my boyfriend propose at her wedding, but I don't care enough to deliberately try and ruin her wedding. That will not make the situation better in the slightest, and I honestly don't ever want a public proposal, and I think that's super tacky. Me and my boyfriend have just been enjoying us and not worrying about any of this BS. I'm not worried about my sister attacking me again, and if she does, I can easily kick her ass. She can't fight for shit, which is why I don't know why she fucked around in the first place. Also, some people said, isn't it incest if sisters date brothers? But it is not at all. And I have cousins who are married to sisters. I'm not excusing the behavior, just saying that it's not incest at all. After the wedding. So, the wedding. I showed up in my bridesmaid's dress because I wasn't going to go and buy another one, and it's a very nice dress. Me and my boyfriend tried to go in as late as we could to limit the amount of family asking me why I'm not in the wedding. A few aunts and uncles asked, and I just said my sister lost her mind and to ask her. I tried to stay with some cousins who were told what happened and know how my sister is an occasional nut. The one who knew that my boyfriend's invite was revoked were pissed considering some of their plus ones were just dates. We sat in the front row where my sister, her husband, and the brother could see me with my very serious, handsome, amazing, loving boyfriend. He held my hand the whole time and made sure I was okay. The wedding just confirmed me not wanting a big wedding. We can have a party at most. It was only once that the brother was staring at me, and I quickly shut that down by kissing my boyfriend. As soon as they all walked back down the aisle, I said my goodbyes to the people that deserved it and we left. We went to a bar and danced and had a good time. I'm glad I went to the wedding so I can say, I told you so when this marriage ends in 6 months. I'm glad that delusional SOB saw me kissing the man I love because that will never be him. My twin had quite a few drinks at the wedding and was being very mouthy with my sister. I didn't ask her to say something, but she would have done that with or without booze. My younger brother told almost every family member that my sister went apeshit on me, and that's why I wasn't at the reception. My older brother did talk to the brother-in-law, but I don't know what he said. I didn't ask many other questions, and this is just what they told me. I feel really bad for my sister, honestly. She baby-trapped herself with a subpar bottom feeder. The man has zero qualities that would make me jump through all these hoops. He has the personality of an Adidas sandal. Oh, never heard that before. I wish my sister had more self-respect and raised her standards. I don't know much about their relationship and if he's abusive. I would like to think that she at least has that much respect for herself to not put up with that. Maybe they're in love. Maybe he's using her. Who knows? This marriage may not last, but she's now attached to him for at least the next 18 years. But I sort of get her reasoning for not wanting to be a single mum. My brother is a single dad and doing just fine. I don't plan on talking to her for quite a while. I don't know how things turned out for them, not getting me with a brother. After prying, they still wouldn't give me clear answers, so I don't know how serious the husband actually is about his loser brother getting laid. Those brothers were either neglected or breastfed till they were teens. I was already going on vacation this summer with my boyfriend, but I might extend it now. Who knows? May even get married in France for shits and giggles. Anyway, thanks for all the support. Sorry that this ending wasn't as dramatic as you all wanted it to be. I'm not expecting an apology. I honestly don't care anymore. I just want to move on with my life and be happy and not deal with any more psycho behavior. I'm just glad that I haven't received messages from brother-in-law or my mum, and that I have a great man. If there's any questions I missed, feel free to let me know. A lot of your comments made me and my boyfriend laugh. A commenter said to OP, says, well, that went as well as it could have. You're doing the right thing, distancing yourself from your sister. I'll dock you points for thinking the creep brother-in-law should go for your twin. OP says, I'm not saying he should go for her, I'm saying that I don't know why my sister didn't try to set them up in the beginning instead of me. And I agree with that final comment. I think distancing yourself from that sister is the best course of action in here. But I'm definitely going to use the personality of an Adidas sandal in the future. But what do you guys make of this situation? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And just a huge thank you for spending your time with me today, getting involved in the stories. Your love, your support, your time always means the absolute world to me. So hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care and much love.